How's it going on? My name is Chris and welcome back to the F124 VCARB career for today's Monaco Grand Prix. Last episode was at Imola and the race was good and the footage was not. There was some footage that was savable, which it was nice to get together with my editor and figure that out, to figure out which bits were savable, which bits weren't. And after figuring out what was what, everything worked out beautifully, and now we're here. So even though the recording bit didn't go as planned, I really do hope that you guys liked what me and my editor came up with and what we decided, and pretty much was like a last second thing. Taking the last couple of days off because it was pretty much like a 2-day process of just that one video, and very stressful. So from the looks of it, it seems like you guys enjoyed it. So we just added another episode to another chapter into the Smithley V Leclerc storyline that we have. Number 5, or rather number 6, but the championship one's a little different in my opinion because it's like the main event. So yeah, definitely can't wait to make a story out of that. So should be fun. But last race was Imola, and we started from second, which was our best qualifying position thus far this season. And we haven't qualified really well, like, period. So to be able to qualify that well for Imola was very, very good. We didn't get the lead off the rip, though. Charles ended up holding it for the first bit of the race. And then we ended up taking the lead away from him later on. And we kind of were able to just stay in front of Charles because even though Ferrari is faster, or is better than us rather, in the R&D department, rather the R&D charts before Imola, they really didn't have a whole lot for us, so they kind of faltered quite a bit. So Charles wasn't really able to capitalize on us. However, the mediums weren't doing too well for us, so getting on the hards was the main priority. And after we did that, we ran away with it, and rain was inbound. Once the rain hit, it was a little bit tricky getting around the racetrack. And even though we almost lost it about a handful of times because we just didn't want to come in for intermediates, and also the AI weren't doing it, we were able to hold on and grab the dub and get our 3rd win of the season, our 11th career win. And Charles got his first podium of the year, first podium for Ferrari. And I said it last time out, if Tsunoda didn't DNF and pretty much where Max ended up finishing, Tsunoda would have finished, because when Tsunoda DNF'd, Max took P5, and then after the pit stops, he jumped the 2 guys that were ahead of him. Those 2 guys were Piastri and Stroll. So he was able to jump both of them to grab the dub. And like I said, if Tsunoda didn't DNF in Imola, that would have been a double Ferrari podium, and that would have been huge for them. But coming out of that race, we are still the championship leader we overtake Lando Norris for the championship lead now by 17 points back in P2. Lando did not have a good Imola race. He ended up finishing 8th. And then 20 points back from us is Max Verstappen in 3rd. Charles Leclerc bumps himself up to 4th, with George Russell in 5th, Lewis Hamilton in 6th, Oscar Piastri in 7th, Sergio Perez in 8th, Carlos Sainz in 9th, and then Lance Stroll in P10, who got his best finish of the season in P5, and I think his best, actually, yeah, it ties his previous best finishes from Imola last season, Mexico, and Abu Dhabi last season. So he knows how to get P5 at certain tracks, not a lot of them. But he rounds at the top 10. You have Gasly in 11th, Ocon in 12th, Alonso in 13th, Tsunoda in 14th, and Kevin Magnussen in 15th. And so far, it is Albon, Hülkenberg, Zhou Guanyu, Valtteri Bottas, and Logan Sargent without a single point scored, as we are now entering the final 2 races of this second half of the season. So they better get on it because we ain't got much time left. And then over on the constructor side, McLaren are still ahead of us by now 15 points ahead of us in P2, with Red Bull in 3rd, Mercedes in 4th, Ferrari 5th, Aston Martin is in 6th, Alpine 7th, Haas in 8th, Williams in 9th, and the Kick Sauber team in 10th. Williams still no points, along with Kick Sauber, so kind of shocked by Williams, as they scored points pretty early on last season. So the fact that they're not scoring points as often is pretty big. Like, it's crazy that they're not scoring points as often as they should. And then over on the R&D side, we did end up getting the last powertrain upgrade that I can get, because the rest of the upgrades require 60% recognition, and we're not there because of Sainz joining the team during the off season. But this fuel efficiency upgrade will come in after Canada, so that'll help us out. And then we're pretty much like at a brick wall, so we can't go past where we're at currently right now with the engine and stuff like that, because we're not at the recognition level we need to be. Chassis, I can't remember. I don't think Carlos Sainz was looking at chassis. I think he was looking over at here, the aerodynamics. We still have this DRS activation slot that still would have come in after Monaco. And we have these two upgrades, but once this comes in, which hopefully it does, it'll unlock this upgrade for the Halo. It'll unlock the Halo upgrade and the rear wing main plane as well. So that is the hope, and these should put us ahead of McLaren. So hopefully it'll happen, but I'm not 100% sure on that, and we'll just kind of have to wait and see how it all plays out in Monaco. Monaco's kind of a boring track in all honesty, so I kind of have to find random ass ways to make it entertaining. But Monaco's like notoriously like one of the shorter races on the channel, no matter where I'm running. unless it just becomes interesting like last season was. So yeah, pretty short week to Monaco. We'll still see the R&D though, to see if Ferrari overtook us there, and they did not, which is not really that much of a shocker, but it's always good. It's always good to have some clarification. Yeah, you can already kind of tell, like, just from Miami to Imola, there are some teams that are just flatlining, and my guess is because the recognition system is why. Red Bull is like barely ahead of Mercedes right now. Ferrari's making huge strides. Like, they've been going on the up ever since Saudi, so they're probably gonna get more upgrades in, more than I thought, in all honesty. But we'll kind of just have to wait and see on that. But yeah, we're kind of at that point now in the season where no matter what I do, every team just flatlines. So just gotta keep that in mind for when we jump into this. So hopefully the recording goes well. Hopefully there isn't anything fucking wrong with it. And hopefully I don't have to go back through into the race replay and pretty much have an entire lap dedicated to, or have an entire section of the video dedicated for an entire lap. I decided to voice over, and it decided to fuck up recording wise. I'm gonna hope it didn't, because I changed some settings, and I think I fixed my monitor. I'm pretty sure. We'll see though. But yeah, so I'm gonna hop in the race weekend, do practice, then do qualifying. I'm gonna help you guys in the race.
Formula One returns to Monte Carlo once again today, home to the world-famous Monte Carlo Casino that first opened in 1863. And of course, a certain road race first held in 1929. There's no greater an occasion, no more valuable a win than the Monaco Grand Prix. We're on the French Riviera once more this weekend at the 2-mile-long Circuit de Monaco. The cars will climb around 40 metres up the hill, past the casino, and then descend towards the harbour through Sector 2. It's a very short run from pole position to the first of 19 corners, and don't expect to see much overtaking here today. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and Smith completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Verstappen, Hamilton, Perez, Fernando Alonso, Stroll, Magnussen, Sainz, Oscar Piastri, Tsunoda, Gasly, Ocon, Norris, Albon, Bottas, Hülkenberg, Sargent, and Zhou Guanyu. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. Well, it's been a long time since I last worked with you. Good to see you again today. Anthony Davidson. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
You can't script this shit. It's like, you just can't. Back-to-back races where me and Charles are first and second. Charles is really, really wanting redemption from Imola. Like, holy shit. He barely eked us out in qualifying too, which is insane. And what's crazy is that our championship rivals, or what look to be our championship rivals, Norris and Verstappen, I mean, not really Verstappen, but Norris, quite literally dropping the fucking ball. Like, he's just been qualifying awful. I mean, Piastri qualified 11th. Like, that's not good for the McLarens at all. But we're back in second, so that's another good starting position. I will say, though, because of the fact that these racetracks don't really consist of that much top speed, or rather, we have the speed. It's just the overall, like, aerodynamics and chassis bit. Although I wish our chassis was a little bit better, because I wish we weren't so fucking heavy, but it kind of makes up for it because we're able to go through this race and not really have that many issues. And so I think, in all honesty, that's kind of what's our saving grace and what pretty much put us up into P2. It's just when we get into those more technical tracks of the latter half of the season, pretty much after next race at Canada, which will be the halfway point, like, it's going to be a completely different story. So we just got to keep an eye out on those. So let's just savor these moments while we can. And the same goes for Charles. I mean, he's fucking savoring it. I mean, we're not even the two fastest teams that were up here. But take a look at the race strategy. Looks like we're going to do a medium to harder strategy as per usual. Safety car could come out. It really just kind of depends on what happens in the race for it to come out. Not a lot can happen for that to happen. I mean, that's kind of like the only interesting thing around Monaco besides the pit stops, pretty much. And yeah, I mean, if we can't get Leclerc off the line, pretty much he's got the race under control, and we may not be able to catch and pass him. But I don't know, man. I think it's definitely going to be one of those tracks where it's a test of what we got in our car. So I gotta really expect much, not really, but try to do the best we can as always, and just kind of go from there. So let's go on ahead and jump into this race and let us see what we can do. Let's go. Okay, you see, that's what I mean. Like, Max is P4 right now, and he's doing better in the qualifying runs than Lando is, and it's insane because Lando has been quicker than Max every race up until pretty much Imola, so that was just a race ago. But yeah, it's crazy how Max is being more consistent than Lando is.
Good for now.
Me and Charles are gonna have our moment in the sun again. Ready to do battle for the 6th time, and I think it's the 3rd of this career mode. Probably the most in a single F1 series that I've had a battle with Leclerc. We might have a 3rd one in our hands. But Charles just hit the walls there. What the fuck? I'm curious now if he just gave himself damage from that. You see coming off the line. Well, like I had a feeling we weren't going to get Leclerc off rip, so kind of sucks. But we can definitely catch him. That hairpin's going to be the death of us, I have to imagine. Okay. A little hot coming out of that corner, but Charles does lead the first lap, and he's going. Holy shit, Charles.
The car ahead and in the DRS zone.
I also think, it might just be me, but I'm pretty sure I'm seeing no right front end plate on that Ferrari. It could just be me, but I genuinely don't see one on that fucking car. No, I think he still has an end plate. What the fuck? So I'm just guess that Ferrari's just invincible, I guess. And he went faster that time too, shit.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
I think Charles deliberately hit those walls to make him faster. What the fuck kind of bullshit is this? I'm like getting faster in sector 2, but I'm also losing time throughout the first and final sector, mainly coming through the end of the first sector is where I'm losing the most time at that hairpin. And then I gain it all back in the second sector, and then it kind of like stays the same in the third sector. Or rather, at the beginning of the second sector is where I lose the most time. Yeah, I lost like 6/10 right there, 7/10. But then I gain it right back here. Oh god. And really hot. Yeah, like I'll gain some back there. Ain't really a whole lot, but it's something. And then it kind of just fizzles out back to where we began. Not really a whole lot of interesting things going on, except me just trying to figure out a way to
okay, so we're
catch
leading
Charles.
our teammate by 9.6 seconds.
This ain't gonna be fun, I'm gonna tell you what.
Okay, mate, Leclerc is ahead of you. We
Oh,
can't let them hold
what an
us up for
objective.
too long, so let's try and get past as soon as possible and crack on. Push, push.
It's almost like I can't even get near him, so how the fuck am I gonna pass him by lap 12? It's literally 5 laps away from where we pit, too. I mean, for a brief second, I got it down to under 1.2, or down to 1.2, and that
We're increasing the
rest
gap
of
on
the
the car
corner,
behind by 5
or going
tenths a
on the
lap.
straight, it just went up to 1.3 seconds back. Like, slowly gaining on them, but it's not like massive gaps, it's just an extra 10th every now and then. This hairpin, though, is the fucking death of me.
Okay, well, it wasn't to be this time, but not to worry. There's a long way to go in this race, so let's focus.
I mean, I knew it wasn't going to happen no matter what I did, because I just now got it to 1.1, and now I'm under 1.1. Just about a second back from him. My hands are starting to fucking hurt because of how hard I'm gripping my wheel and pushing. The only form of like relief that I'm gonna get is like on the pit stops, and that's about it. I think Leclerc's tires are starting to go, but also so are mine, so I mean, I got DRS, but one DRS straight that we have is not gonna be enough in my opinion. Okay, don't know what happened there. Oh god, come on.
Gap to your teammate behind, 0.1 seconds.
Well, I was under a second. Now it's 1.2. Ah!
The car behind is dropping back by about 3 tenths a lap. Well done.
Russell's got Verstappen all over his ass right now. God dang. I mean, it's kind of like how Russell was all over Max's ass back in Qatar last year, so makes sense. Wow, well, I got DRS, but it ain't really gonna matter because I spun the tires coming out of the corner, so definitely wasn't gonna get anywhere near him.
We're approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time.
Okay, we're coming up on the pit stop, so maybe that'll change for us, but gotta keep in mind if Charles stays out ahead of us while we're on the hards, it ain't really gonna matter what we do. And I'm just trying to survive. The fact that I'm like holding it this close to Charles though is crazy. Normally the AI would have lost me by now. If I was in Charles's position, I'd be long fucking gone. But to my credit, sticking with Charles, I ain't leaving his sights. Yeah, also ain't leaving mine.
Okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon.
Well, that's the case, and it's slowly coming in because yeah, the rears are fucking dead, I'll tell you that much.
Box,
All right,
we're coming in this
time.
lap.
Yeah, if Charles is coming in the exact same time as me, which he probably is, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna get out ahead of him. That's kind of the thing.
Okay, mate, we've got some clear track in front of us, and let's make the best of it. So
Oh,
please
Charles!
make this next one a very fast lap.
Oh my fucking god, Charles is in the middle of the track. Maybe I have to give him more room to go? I don't know.
Just follow the safety car. Don't worry about the target.
Oh
follow
my
the
god.
safety car.
Oh, well, Russell just got out ahead of us, and
Okay,
the safety
the
car's
officials have
out.
deployed the safety car due to multiple cars being stopped on track. Mind your delta.
That was... Well, now Charles is behind me. That's one way to cause a safety car. Now the question is who's gonna get out in front of everybody?
Okay, pit in this lap, and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach.
Russell just smacked the wall. Well, Russell's coming in with us. Okay, Charles was coming in. Oh, Hamilton's gonna get fucked over with this.
Carlos is in for his stop now.
Okay, everyone is in. Wait, what? What do you mean it was only good? Oh my fucking god. Magnussen held us up,
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
which now means we're back behind Charles now. Magnussen is P fucking 5, dude. What the fuck? I mean, I'm not the only one seeing this. The AI are legit hitting the fucking wall under the safety car. What is going on? Wait, is that my teammate back there? Behind... It is. That's signs behind Magnussen. And behind Hamilton, too. This is going to be the most shaken up fucking grid order I have seen in a minute. What in the hell is happening today? Russell's leading somehow. Something tells me, though, Charles might try to take it to him. I'm not... Okay, so I'm not losing my mind. They're literally just smacking the fucking walls, dude. They're, like, deliberately damaging their tires. What are they doing? They're gonna do it here? Didn't do it here. But this section, they're going to. I know it. Watch. Watch Russell and Leclerc. Yep, Russell hit it. Leclerc hit it. Oh my god, they didn't hit that one, dude. This AI is fucking something today. I'm just kidding, let's be honest. This AI is something else. Oh my gosh. They're gonna hit it again here. Yep, yep. They're hitting it behind me. F124 AI, everybody. I'm so glad F125 comes out in less than a month.
Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember, there's no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags.
So the main question is, are the AI gonna hit the wall as we come to green? Let's see. Oh, Leclerc did. We're back going now. Russell's leading in the Mercedes.
The car behind is dropping back by about 3/10 a lap. Well done. Green flag.
What in the fuck is going on here, man? I don't even know how to feel about this. I think I'm gonna be stuck behind Charles mainly. Fuck. I don't think I could pass him. I could just push him through the corners though, but that's about it. Can't really do a whole lot else.
Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS. DRS is now online.
The good news is DRS is enabled, but George is running away with it. He's now 2.3 ahead of Charles. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to get around Charles at this rate, man.
Okay, mate, we're not using as much fuel as we predicted, which means we've got extra performance in hand. So let's push, and use it all up.
Sorry, but no matter what I do, I'm pretty much just not going to use up my fuel. All right, I don't know what to tell you. I do want it below 18.96 kilograms, so eventually it'll happen. It'll just take time. Oh my god, dude. Hi, Hamilton. How you doing? Don't mind me. Goofing off here. Good god, dude. I know I can get around Leclerc and go run down Russell. However, the problem is that I can't get a good enough exit out of the final corner to even attempt to, like, get him in the DRS straight. I just can't do it. Oh my fucking hell, dude. I was ran right into the back of Charles. Getting these corners a little too fucking hot.
Okay, nice work. Really good job with
I got
that
that
target,
done.
mate.
What the fuck? Why am I not, like, hearing my revs and whatnot? It's because I didn't even shift all the way down to gear 3 like it told me to. Can't get the run, man. Can't fucking get the run.
The car behind is dropping back by about 3/10 a lap. Well done.
Look at how slow he is entering these corners. I don't want him to, like, move over or whatever. I want to keep fighting him, but shit, man. Car's fast on these tires. I'm, like, trying to find different ways around Charles at this point. I don't know where to take it. I think also Charles knows if I get around him, then that pretty much means that Hamilton and that Mercedes can get around him as well, and he's not wanting that, and I just smacked the fuck out of the wall. Jesus Christ. Dude, I didn't even fucking do anything wrong, and that was what fucking infuriates me the most right there. I had him. If my fucking car didn't do that. Oh, well, Charles just clipped the fucking corner again. How he still has a right rear, I'm shocked.
Brilliant, nice move. Keep going.
Took a little bit, but we fucking got there. Just need to go around the outside of him, around the casino or whatever. Now we can try to set after Russell. We have 11 laps to get him. I think we definitely have the car to get him. Out of your fucking mind if you don't think I do. Oh, there's a yellow right before the hairpin. That's definitely not a purple because of how deep that my car just went into that corner. Yeah, it's a green,
Good job.
but
That was the fastest lap of the race
fastest
so far.
lap. Slowly carving into fucking Russell's lead. Centered our fastest lap. 1:10.462. We're now 8 seconds down from Russell. All right, let's do a lap with Chris around Monaco. Slowly closing this gap on Russell, but let's do it.
Okay, mate, we need to save up some ERS, so let's focus on charging it up, please. Nice work, you smashed it. Really good job on hitting that target, mate. Six seconds to the next car, 6 seconds.
This has been a lap around Monaco with Chris, and I really wished that Mark would just shut the fuck up half the time, but I didn't give a shit. If he wanted to talk, I let him.
No concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
Exhibit A. Got the gap down to 5 seconds. Four to go, and the gap is 4.9 seconds. I'm driving the race of my fucking life right now. Holy shit. Two to go. The gap is 3 seconds to Russell. Trying to squeeze every tenth, every hundredth, every thousandth of a second out of this fucking car to get to Russell. We're nearing him. We're so fucking close. Final lap.
Okay, final lap. Let's go. Final lap.
1.9. Now 2 seconds. care at this point if I hit the wall. I'm just barely gonna get to Russell. Ah, fuck. Well, George will win it. Damn.
Yes, mate, I'll take that. Well done.
I don't know whether to
We're
be
really
pissed
happy
off
with the
or
podium down here, so well done.
what.
Yes.
I'm kind of pissed off that Charles fucking spun there to cause a safety car. Because, Jesus Christ.
Here's the checkered flag. Here's our winner. By George, he's done it. Russell wins.
Well, they showed true grit out there today, Crofty. A steely determination not to be outdone by the rough circumstances. Many points that came their way today. A job well done. Not the easiest of days, but they walk away with a race victory.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take the top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes.
My hands hurt. Holy shit. That was definitely a race that took quite a bit out of me. But I mean, I don't think we've seen George Russell win quite yet in this VCARB career, so see him get it done here in Monaco is a pretty big feat. And yeah, if it wasn't for, if Charles didn't spin, I guarantee you George probably would have had a shot of Leclerc. I think we would have jumped Leclerc in the pits, but Leclerc ended up jumping us in the pits, so I don't know. But I tried running them down the best I could, and all I could do was salvage a second. But all in all, congrats to George, and congrats, George on the win, and congrats to Charles on the P3. Charles almost had his home win on lock once again, and he didn't. And this time around, he ain't so lucky. Hamilton finishes in 4th. Kevin Magnussen for Haas in P5. Carlos Sainz in 6th. Ocon 7th. Stroll 8th. Alexander Albon P9. Max Verstappen gets the final point in P10. And then you have Piastri, Hülkenberg, Tsunoda, Alonso, Gasly, Norris, Sargent, Perez, Zhou, and Bottas to round out the field. We do have a new point scorer, and that is Alexander Albon. Scores 2 points for himself and Williams, so GG's to them. They deserve it quite a bit. And now checking out the standings coming out of today's race. So we now extend our lead to now 36 ahead of Lando in P2. Followed by Max in P3, Russell now 4th ahead of Leclerc in P5, Hamilton in 6th, Piastri in 7th, Sainz is 8th, Perez in 9th, and Stroll is 10th, Ocon in 11th, Magnussen up to 12th, Gasly 13th, Alonso 14th, Tsunoda 15th, and then there's Alexander Albon, P16 with 2 points for Williams. And you have Hülkenberg, Zhou Guanyu, Valtteri Bottas, Logan Sargent now, without a single point scored. Only 4 drivers. Not too bad. It could be worse than that. But shockingly enough, it ain't. So they got enough time, though. We are hitting the race in Canada where it's the first half of the season's done, and we go into the second half. So gotta be wary of that. And the constructors, it's interesting. So we are now ahead of McLaren and Mercedes by 12 points in P2 and 3. Red Bull is down to P4. Ferrari is P5 still. Aston Martin is in 6th. Alpine, is in 7th. Haas 8th. Williams 9th. And Kick Sauber 10th. Sauber still with 0 points. But like I said, enough races to go that they could definitely score points, especially if there's races where you get a little hectic, like this one. but we'll have to wait and see on that. But all in all, fun race. Almost had Russell. If we had one more lap, I think we would have gotten him. Just one more lap would have done it. But yeah, GG's to George. Didn't expect him to win at all. Thought it was going to be me and Charles the whole way, but not this time. For the second week in a row, we come out on top of Charles, but we don't come out on top of everybody for the second week in a row, unfortunately. Hey, we won the championship rivalry against Max. So we got 4,050 experience, racecraft, awareness, and pace out of that. So that'll be a big boost for us. I guarantee we'll gain some levels in all those. We beat Hamilton, so we gained 2,640 focus. That's pretty cool. We won both rivalries. Expect we did. Rating, experience up to 84. Racecraft 93, awareness 89, almost 90. Pace 92, and focus almost 92. RTG is now 92. Oh my god. Yeah, we're almost in. We almost have 90 awareness, and we're slowly getting there on experience, but we'll slowly get 90 experience. But big ups for us. Recognition. Somehow it's 55 to 45% still. I don't know how the fuck that happened, because we have a higher RTG and higher focus, and yet Carlos still has still retains 5% of the recognition. So who knows at this point. And then obviously we get all of our specialists, get a new perk unlocked for power unit, which is nice. How the fuck did I fail the wind tunnel engineer? What was the wind tunnel engineers? Reach 185 miles per hour or higher for 30 seconds during a race weekend. I'm pretty sure we fucking did that, but okay. Dumb fuck doesn't know what that stupid fucker doesn't even know that we reached 185 miles per hour multiple times actually during the race. So I don't know how the fuck I failed that, but okay. All right, so we got weekly resources, and now we head on to the Canadian Grand Prix. We do have 1,300 R&D points, so we're definitely gonna try to maybe get something. As Science is looking at chassis, so that's good that he's looking over there. Can't really get anything over on the aero side. We can actually get either the central undertray or the engine cover, which seems like Science is going to try to aim for this engine cover, so I'll go on ahead and get the central undertray, which will come in after Canada and before Austria. So weight reduction, we'll take it. And our DRS upgrade should be coming in. Science hasn't purchased anything. I don't know how the fuck he hasn't managed to, but okay. Literally, we haven't hit tier 3 on anything, so don't know how he hasn't bought anything, but here we are. Here we fucking are. But yeah, so we have 3 parts coming in. DRS comes in before Canada, and then the fuel efficiency and weight reduction will come in after. So we'll look out for that. We flatlined for quite a bit. So yeah, hopefully that'll change with the DRS maximum slot gap coming in, which then unlocks 2 other upgrades for the aerodynamics. So hopefully it'll be all right. So yeah, but that's gonna do it for me today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you guys did, leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for some more. Next race, the Canadian Grand Prix. Doubt me and Leclerc are gonna lock out the front row again, because we've done that 2 races in a row now. But we'll see with Canada. We'll see how that all pans out. But thank you guys so much. I'll see y'all in the next one. Have a great day, everyone. I love y'all, and goodbye.